Good morning everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and I suppose this video I'm making this morning is for all the people that I consider as hopeless optimists or fantasists that think that with global warming we should be planting citrus groves and avocado groves here in the southeast of England in the UK because it's so mild here nowadays. I'm afraid you're going to have to dream on a bit longer. Global warming hasn't brought us there yet. The temperature this morning outside in my garden at 7:30 AM, and I'm in one of the mildest parts of the UK, the temperature was -7 degrees centigrade. That's 19 Fahrenheit. That's no problem at all to the deciduous trees, but it's not very conducive to the health of subtropicals. The loquats are okay, they're probably hardy to -10 centigrade. They've got a bit of leaf droop, but I don't envisage that being a serious long-term problem because the leaves are very tough. But there are one or two other plants that I've left outside which in hindsight was probably I've tried planting outside, which may prove to be a mistake. Now, one of the ones that people like to think now they can zone push and plant outside is the strawberry guava. So interestingly, the yuzu actually doesn't look too bad, but you can't always see the damage done to the plant leaves until a couple of months after it's happened. But this strawberry guava, cherry guava, we don't know if it's a yellow or red one I've got in ground, you can see the level of damage that's occurred to the growth here. It's been browned by the frost. I wouldn't like to say it's dead, but a lot of this damage won't be properly visible for another couple of months. That's early days yet. The younger growth dies off first. Now, there is a thought that these will be hardy to -1, -2 centigrade, so obviously we didn't have temperatures -7 in mind. In fact, I don't think I've had -7 in this area in the last 20 years, so that is freakishly low temperatures. But I had a spare one to plant in ground as an experiment, and you can see the results, and we're still only in the middle of December, and the coldest months are normally January and February. That's not to say we'll get cold weather, but whether or not this plant will actually recuperate remains to be seen. Now, walking around, just having a quick look elsewhere, the feijoas seem to be fine. They're reputedly hardy to at least -10. They will take some damage on probably younger shoots with temperatures level, but on the whole I don't envisage any problems, and there's no signs of obvious damage on them. And my lemon that I've got in ground is looking distraught, not surprisingly, because again I was only expecting it to have to suffer temperatures of -2, which aren't a major problem, but something like -7 is going to be, it's going to wreck the plants. And you can't look at them and say, oh well, it still looks nice and green. That doesn't mean anything, because the damage occurs to inside the stems. The plant cells rupture, and because of the cool weather and there's no dehydration at this time of the year, they can look healthy for a couple of months, and in 2 months time you've suddenly got a blackened mess left where a plant is. But we won't give up hope on it yet, but just to give some idea of what some plants suffer and how you can prevent damage to them. This is a carob bean tree, normally considered to be hardy to about -2. You can see this serious freeze damage to the leaves. They've discoloured, and the reason you can see that easily is I had a fleece here. I had to leave a couple of citrus outside, and I've put some fleeces over them, and that's partly protected the carob. And you can see that stem there, which is covered by the fleece, is completely undamaged compared to the one next to it that's been out in the full cold. So not ideal. I think this plant probably will be okay, but again, you don't always see the damage until a couple of months down the line. No real problem with deciduous plants. In fact, while I'm out here, I think I'm going to have a quick unlock of my summer house and just see You can see the frost on the glass. This frost is inside. This is not outside. Let me just open the thing and show you. This is how cold it's been out here, even in the summer house. The only advantage is the plants are not getting wet, but look, this frost is inside the summer house. And if I can just open the doors, this damage here, you can see the leaves are frozen on some of these citrus, even in the summer house. This damage round the peripheries of the leaves is called by cold. And just to give you some idea, all of my tamarillos have turned black inside here. Now I should have a maximum minimum temperature thermometer I've left down here, just to give us some idea of how the temperatures compare. Now, not easy to see on this one because it's let's see if we can figure out. Okay, so it looks to me like it's reached -4 is the coldest it's got, and it's currently in here 1 degree centigrade. And because it's a maximum minimum thermometer, and I set this 2 weeks ago, that's showing that the hottest it's been inside this summer house in the last maybe 10 days is 1 degree centigrade. So that's 33 Fahrenheit, and that's in the summer house. Interestingly, let's leave that back on there. Interestingly, I've got some avocados in here which are bacon, which is one of the hardier ones, and they actually look okay. But look, these are my ioniums I've moved inside for shelter, which are my brother's, completely frozen and died, unfortunately. I was meant to be overwintering them for them, haven't done a very good job. That is a tamarillo cutting that I got from Mobius, which I thought would be okay in here, protected in the shed. It's not. That looks dead to the ground. It's a young plant. The larger ones at the moment have got serious tip dieback, but I think they'll possibly, if the weather doesn't carry on like this for the next couple of months. I've left one white sapote in here, a seedling. That looks okay. It would appear they are about as hardy as citrus, but as I said, you can see the damage to the younger shoots, but the older green leaves don't look too bad in here. So this is just a reality check. Look, inside, that's the glass inside my summer house. That is the level of ice it's got in it, and that's a wooden structure which is more insulated than a glass structure, I believe. Let's lock this up. So this video is just a reality check for any of the dreamers who think they're going to be growing avocados, citrus and white sapote outside all year round, permanently in their gardens. You may get away with it for several years, and you may, if you're in a particularly sheltered part of the country and happen to miss these cold snaps, may well be able to continue growing them outdoors permanently, or perhaps with a little bit of protection, perhaps putting a fleece or something over your plants, because I haven't fleeced some of the plants outside because I wanted to see what happens. But not a concern for the loquats. I think they'll be fine. They look very pretty with the ice on them anyway. But citrus, not so clever, and definitely not the strawberry and the yellow or red cherry or strawberry guavas. Although the plant may survive, we won't know until March or April. Anyway, thought I'd do a quick weather check update and a reality check, and give you a view of what's happening. Thanks for watching, much appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up, share the video if you think it might be of interest to anybody. Please subscribe to my channel, and remember to click on the bell if you'd like updates on new videos as they come out. Catch up with you all soon. Brett out for now.